So, last time, you all had journeyed across the Shudder Mountains. A little bit behind the curtain here, I do want to say, is it was the sandbox hex crawl wilderness thing, and you all beelined straight to the objective, which is very smart. So, with the exception of, at one point, every single person in the group was like, we should have an adventure. This prophecy in this hillbilly's violin song told us not to go to that crossroad. We should go to that crossroad. And somebody's dwarf was like, that's a bad idea. That song said not to do that. And then you all went anyway. And so the devil himself did appear. And then Patrick decided, you know what? I should end the devil here and now. And tried to fight him. And in a spell duel. And got nuked. But he has a magic ring, which once per week allows you to save from the effects of a spell. So the spell, what happened is the devil had, who the folks around here in Shudder Mountains called Old Black Cloak.
Don't scratch.
Old Black Cloak. Did
he have a fiddle? Just out of curiosity, because at a crossroads, I'll never mess with a guy with a fiddle. I mean, that's the known,
Yeah, no one offered to give him a fiddle battle, or else I'm sure that would have went down.
I remember the artwork had him with a single hoof.
Is that right?
Yeah, if you look at the art again, you'll see it's just like the Norwegian legends or the German legends, he's got a hoof.
And only one, and I see that now, and that's so wild. The other foot has a boot, and then he has one hoof.
Ooh. I know it's one of those countries over there where he's got a hoof.
Wow. Anyways, what he did was he was just like knocking spells back and forth, just like dismissing them, and then on one result, it rebounded the spell onto Patrick. So it looked like Patrick was done for, and then they were kind of like carrying him on the coffin, and then he did the Monty Python "I'm not dead yet" thing, and then he got back up. And but apart from that, things have gone really well. You did not disturb sufficiently enough the people of the Shudder Mountains to bring pitchforks and torches after you, despite your horrific medley of creatures that you have under your command. And you made it through there, and you can see you went straight for the objective. You found it. You could have went off some other way, but you went directly where it was. And you can see if there's any ancient facility in this place, this is it. There's this big bridge that goes over this chasm with these strange symbols on it and this big door. Now we'll get to that in a minute, but for now, let's talk about the big picture. About how it all began. Back in the beginning. Let's see. So, in the very beginning, you were all from a village in Aerith. And long ago near that village, not even that far from here, was a war between the forces of law and chaos. And there were two great, powerful chaos lords, Molon and Phalon. In a desperate struggle in ancient times, the armies of law had seized the keep that sits just outside of your village, and they had struck down Molon. And so Molon sat in his grave, wanting, across ages, for a chance at revenge. But humankind, some people say in the hearts of mankind, it's defined by love or maybe ingenuity or something like that, but no, it's war. That's what makes mankind what it is. It's war. And in fear and insanity, you picked up your chickens and your pitchforks and your useless villager stuff, and you marched as an insane army onto this keep of chaos beast men. And you seized the tower. And what's even more, beneath the tower itself, You sailed in across a magical, endless underground lake to a tower, and you stopped the rising power of Molon before it could begin. And from there, you've been granted this ship and sailed across the stars, and now you've been trying to get this ship to work again. And all of you have been touched by this destiny now, as chosen people of the eternal struggle. But there was a second Chaos Lord. And the host of Chaos you have offended most thoroughly. And so they have come to appoint their chosen to put you down and to seize the arcane will that you need for your ship. You are just outside. Now, you can go out, you can go somewhere else, you can go around this bridge, you can go wherever you want to go. Let me change this back to the Shudder Mountain music. But it's clear that this is some kind of ancient facility here that you can see. And you can see that there is a great stone span that crosses a high, narrow gorge. It allows some passage across a surging river to the other side. The bridge appears of ancient construction, but is otherwise relatively intact, assuming its great age. Several small gaps created when paving slabs broke loose from their moorings plummeted into the water 100 feet below, are present along the span's decks. Despite these gaps, it appears that careful travelers would be able to make it across the bridge safely. And on the other side is this big stone door with some sort of strange mechanisms with 3 concentric circles of all strange symbols on it. What do you do?
Patrick is gonna just look at the bridge and gonna say, well, it seems that bridge is old. What do you think? Maybe we should go one by one, or maybe we should ditch that guy in a coffin. How about that? And just, go through. Why do we need him?
Charles will say, Patrick, are you implying that old things should be discarded or not trusted?
No, just leave him here, and then what he's gonna do from that coffin, and
if you can bring me before my ancient enemy, I will use the remainder of my power to grant a boon so that I can see my divine mission through to the end.
Charles will just be like, shh, kind of just like, shushing the dead, whatever we're calling this guy, Archmage or whatever, and he'll look over at the dwarf like, you must be a master of, these buildings and whatnot. What do you say about this bridge?
Who do you say that to? To the
dwarf, assuming,
okay.
Just kind of like assuming like, oh, all dwarves just build stuff, none of them can be artists or poets, kind of a little jerky by Charles, but whatever.
Yeah, you would be able to tell everything about this as a dwarf, actually, Grimble.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you would be able, you can tell that it's about 100 feet high. The bridge itself is made of, despite the sections that are missing, it is a excellently made stone bridge. And this thing is not going to fall apart on you. It would take a siege engine or more to try to bring this thing down. I'm trying to see if there's anything else you would know. If you have any questions, you can ask.
Alright. What sort of material is the bridge made out of?
It's made of stone. The stone is the stone that's been brought in here is made of large slabs that have been put together, and this bridge is invincible. Like, you're not going to be able to bring it down.
I see. So if we came across here with our undead minions and our coffin, it would not fall down. As long as we didn't go to one of the holes here and go, beep, 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 beep.
Right, yeah. An obvious non-stone related problem is it's 100 feet over top of a gorge with a raging river, and there is no safety railing. So if anything were to happen on this bridge, that would be bad.
Charles makes a note. He wants to send a memo to the, from the tax department to the OSHA. Oh, this is really a problem.
Yeah.
So he's right to write that stuff down. Charles can be somewhat mercurial and foolhardy at the same time. So he'll just say, forget it, guys. Let's go. We've got doors to knock on, and we've got evil forces of chaos to confront.
Well,
Tally ho.
Indeed. It is best that we fulfill our duties to the man in the coffin and carry him across the bridge. Just mind your step, while it'll stay up for all of us. Anyone who falls down that hole or over the railing is gone for.
Well, let's just, those two skeletons, they carry the coffin, and just let them through first, We're gonna test the waters, or in this matter, test the bridge, I guess. And see if it's good enough to cross. I mean, they're already dead, and the guy's in a coffin, so what very, very sturdy coffin. What can happen to them?
Quite a bit now that you've said that.
Do you, it's 200 feet long, do you wait until they cross the whole way before you join them?
Yeah.
Like you did tell me, that bridge is staying up,
Charles is impatient. He's like, you two stay here. I'll go. As they're halfway, Charles will start. He's like, that's fine.
As
if anything bad happens to me, just well, I guess whatever. And he'll just put his spear of law over his shoulder and start trudging across the bridge.
You can assume that Jeffica, Giza, and the three snakes or two snakes, one of them died, are with you. What does Grimble and Patrick?
Oh yeah, he follows along.
Okay.
He knows his stone. It's gonna stay up for them.
All right.
Well, Patrick is gonna just wait until they cross at least half of it, and then he's gonna follow.
Okay, so Patrick's halfway. All right, so let me fix this. So you make it about halfway, and then all of a sudden, the man in the coffin, he says, something. I sense something. Something's wrong.
Define wrong.
There's something under the bridge. You hear scratching noises, scraping. They're very loud.
Grimble will draw his warhammer and shield, bang them together, and be like, "Come out here, cowardly beast! Show yourself!"
And with Patrick about halfway back, and you all halfway in the middle of the bridge, it obliges and does show itself. This creature is a combination of a man, a goat, and a moth, with muscular human torso crowned with the head of a great ram, and a pair of black moth-like wings growing from its back. Its eyes burn a bright orange darkness, and then it creates a warbling, screeching scream as you attempt to try to cross its bridge.
Charles will greet it. Gothman, goat, moth, man.
Right.
Gothman. What is it your, emo requiring, to cross this bridge? What do you need from us?
It has no senses to it at all, and it eagerly rushes to attack you.
I knew there's something wrong with this. I knew it.
I'll look at my companions. So much for talking,
Focus for the weak. Destroy the beast.
Yeah. How about we burn the beast? My favorite one. It's gonna be
Everybody can roll for initiative.
With pleasure.
Roasted goat mouth thingy. You know, like might as well.
If you haven't been here in a while, there's a new dice rolling feature on the left side, so you don't have to type it anymore.
Ooh, nice.
Dice rolling feature? Public roll.
Like an icon or a like a little.
All right, what did Patrick get?
10.
10. I'll put Kisa and
Whoa, natural 21.
Jessica. Patrick got a 21. Wait, you said, what did you say, 21, Patrick?
I got a natural 20.
21. All right, what's your total initiative then? Adding your initiative bonus.
My total is 21, but my name's Tanner, I'm afraid.
No, I heard Pat. Yeah, I know. I heard. Did I mishear? What did you get? What did Patrick get? I'm sorry, I was doing math
Patrick's
while I was listening for numbers.
No worries. Patrick and I are tied. We both got 10. So Charles
10. You guys got 10s. I heard you say 21. Because I'm okay. Let me let's see.
It's Tanner who said 21.
Okay. Yeah, I'm sorry. I was looking down. 10 and okay, and then Charles. Okay.
Tied 10.
And Grimble got a 21.
Yes.
All right. Grimble, you're able to act first.
Splendid. Alright, so I'm going to be doing a few mighty deeds of arms, if that's alright with you.
Yeah.
First, though this might be a ranged attack as opposed to a melee, so if we need to compromise on a few of this, don't worry. But the first thing I'd like to do is hurl the Warhammer Thor style so it busts through one of its wings so it can't fly.
Nice. Yeah.
I will then slide over on my shield for the shield bash and bash its knee so it's a bit more easy to hit. And then I'll pick up the Warhammer and see if I can bash its jaw so it can't bite.
Yeah, let's see how it goes.
Alright, first things first. Warhammer!
Oop.
I don't think I did that properly. Yeah, I don't think I did that properly. Let's try that again.
You have to hit a armor class 17.
Right. Okay, so the attack missed, but no matter. Shield bash, I'm going to slide over and see if I can smack its knee.
All right. Oof.
Oof.
Ooh, he is not doing well. Well, he can at least pick up the hammer and see if he can smash its jaw. Third time's a charm.
Crap. Okay, well, you got an 18.
Oh, okay. Does that hit?
It does hit.
Alright.
You crack it in the jaw for 6 points of damage. 6. Okay, Patrick. Now, Patrick, you are... let's see. You are about 150 feet away from this thing.
Okay, so if I can I still fire my magic into it, or it's gonna be with the
You should have a range, the spell, or it might not. If it doesn't, you can do it, of course.
It does. Just let me tell you what's the range is. Give me a second. 80. So.
The old man's like, you gotta run.
Yeah, I gonna run. Yeah, I gonna run. Like I don't know how much can I run.
I'll say that you can catch up to everybody if you take your turn.
Okay. So it's a full turn. Yeah.
Yeah, that's because they're. I mean, I think that's not actually what you can do in a turn, but I don't care. You could do it.
It's okay. Like it's gonna be like full turn. Just running me, like, yeah, this was a smart idea not to get, close to the demon, but then again I have to get close, and I run. Last him, I just come here, and that's it. And he just, I guess like that's what you can do. That's it.
All right, Charles.
Charles will. He's marveling at all these deeds of might that Grimble rather is up to, but he'll run up and try to just take out one of the Gothman's eyes. So he's going to attempt to blind it.
Okay.
Oopsie.
Oof.
That's a miss, but he also has a second attack at D14, so he will try to use the back of the haft of it. Yeah, that's also a 14 miss. So he is in it. He's more of in spectator mode, just watching Grimble do his thing.
Yeah, you guys keep trying to find an angle to fight this thing, and it roars and skitters around on the bridge, dodging out of the way your blows. Jeffica. Now, I don't know what Jeffica's spells are, so she's just gonna fight, and so are all of her skeletons. Jeffica's big benefit when he's not here is gonna be his army of stuff. So
He going to join? Glenn is gonna join us, or?
No, he said he couldn't, unfortunately. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Oh.
So that's 5 attacks. That's going to be kind of the big benefit of having Jeffica. One of them is, let's see, 2 of them hit. I'm going to resolve those now, and then 1 was a critical. Nice. Wow, 15 damage right off the bat. And then one of them was a critical hit. Crit for clerics, although, yeah. So, I can't remember how the crit die works at her level. She'll have an ascending crit die. What's your crit die, Charles? D12 by now? D14?
Yeah, I think it is.
I can fetch the book and get her crit die.
No, I don't want to look at
Yeah,
the
I've got the
I'm
book
just gonna
over
roll
here
it.
too.
Okay.
I got bad
Clerics,
luck anyway.
The crit die is 1d12, table 3.
Got it. Alright. Savage attack, another D6 with the strike. So she did a D6 plus a D8. She just like rushes forward with all this army of freaks. Does another 4 damage. And they just start pummeling this thing. That brings us to its turn. And it is seeing that Jeffica is the primary threat. So it's going to start trying to toss these nasty skeleton creatures off the bridge.
Oh my.
And contested roll to see if it can overcome.
Oh.
Yeah, I don't think it's going to happen. Nope. So it throws one of your skeletons just off the bridge. And then the skeleton just goes like tumbling down the river, 100 feet below.
And then sorry.
Go ahead, Petra.
And then Patrick could go, oh no, who's gonna carry the coffin now? it's horrible.
I'll also roll half damage
If only
on the
the
ball.
snakes had hands. This is terrible.
Yeah, that skeleton is gone. Okay, and let's see. Does it have any more action dice? I'm sure it does. No. Yes. No, it has one more. So it's going to try to throw the other skeleton off. It gets a 19 plus 5 is a 24. The skeleton has to beat. And another skeleton's gone. Throws it off the bridge. Pretty bad. Uh-oh. Okay, that's its turn. It's Giza's turn. Giza's gonna, like, try to backstab it and pour some luck into it, because we need to kill this thing now. So I'm gonna use 2 points of luck. Well, I don't actually need to. That hits. And I'm pretty sure he's just got one. Okay, so that does some more damage. So you're at least hurting this thing. There's at least that. Okay, that brings us back to Grimble. This thing needs to die fast before more people die.
I concur, Judge. Let's try that again. I'm going to hop up and smash down on its head to mess up its brain pan. I'm going to shield bash to prepare myself for an attack and increase my AC by a bit. And then I'm going to smash at his arm, so he has one last thing to thrash with. Is everyone ready?
Yeah. A couple of notes too. I'm okay. I know that the rules do not state this, so you're doing the rules correctly. But you can always just like change your mind. I mean, why would a warrior not do a mighty deed of arms? So you can always declare it after the fact or modify it. And what's more, if you get in your crit range, I know a warrior has like a 19 to 20 crit range, and I think it even grows or something, right? If you get close, you can use luck to just push it over, which is also not in the rules. Just so you know, we didn't talk about that, so I apologize.
Oh, no worries. Thank you for letting me know. Yeah, since the campaign's nearing its climax, I can be a little silly with luck, but we'll see first how this goes. First, we're going to, smash his brain pan. That is a natural 1. That is a fumble. And I'm in plate mail, just heads up.
Oh no. On a bridge.
Yep. Admittedly on the center of the bridge, but I am a strong dwarf, so I might accidentally diggy hole. So, my fumble dice would be a d16, so I'm going to be rolling that now. Where's the d16?
You probably have to type that in.
That is fair.
Yeah.
And it's just -- roll.
/ roll space 1d16.
/ space 1d16.
No space. Just / roll space 1d16.
But which one is the forward?
Here, it looks like this.
Near the question mark.
Oh, the question mark. Okay. Oh, this thing. Yep, forward --
accidentally rolled it, but you can.
11's fine. 11's fine.
All right. What'd you get?
We'll call it.
No, you can.
We'll call it my 80 attacks.
Go ahead.
All right.
It's fumble is on page 80. Just so you know.
- 1d16. Nope.
It's look, it's like that, yeah. If you want to roll it, just let me type it, and you're gonna see. / roll space d16. I'm gonna type it. You're gonna know it.
Okay.
Here, that's how it is.
Excellent.
Except you need a 1d16.
Right.
Yeah, you can roll. Just put 1d16 here.
All right. I was pretty sure I was getting it pretty close. Oh, roll. Nice and low, guys. Nice and low. Slightly lower. 9.
Nice. All right. It says a 9 on a fumble. You stumble, leave yourself wide open to attack. The next enemy that attacks you receives a +2 on its attack roll. Do you have any more dice?
I do. I'll shield bash to give myself a +2 and cancel that out.
Nice.
Well, that is... It hits AC 30 for 2 points of damage.
All right.
So I cancel that out. Whoa! And then I'll try and smack his arm, so he has one less thing to hit with.
Oof.
No luck for Grimball today, but at least he's still in the fight.
Yeah. All right. Patrick.
Oh, Patrick. And now, you know what happens? You're probably gonna burn. I'm not sure, but you're probably gonna burn. That's what's gonna happen. And he's gonna do his thing.
Whoa!
Ooh, that is like in total 20.
So you're gonna burn your luck.
That is in total 29. That's just, you know. Okay, so you know what that does? That does like a lot of damage. Okay, 29. Oof. You know.
I think that there's a crit thing on the top of the spell thing too, right? Like if you get a crit. So.
I'm not sure.
Pretty sure just the higher.
But anyway, the car sends a fanning wave of flames. The attack is shaped like cone, centered on the caster and expanding to the width of 40 inches or I don't know. At its farthest end, 80. All
Alright.
targets within cone take 1d12 damage plus caster level. Additionally, you need to
So
roll
are we
DC
in?
15.
Anybody in melee?
I am.
You're fine. You're fine.
I mean, I'm all right.
This thing
If
is
you want-
huge. It's
Torture.
and Patrick's off to the side. It's okay. Go ahead. Sorry.
Right, so let me 1d12 12 plus 5. It's 15 damage to it.
Yeah. Does it have a? No, actually, it doesn't look like it. Maybe does. I was wondering if it had like a crit result as well.
I don't know. It doesn't say on the
Okay.
spell.
Yeah. All right.
I know it's there is an action die, but I'm not doing like the action die,
Sure.
isn't it? Or is it action die?
No. All right, so 15 damage. You scorch this thing. You see that it seems to have little effect. Out of character, it is a demon. It takes half damage from that.
Oh, right.
So it takes
So-
8 damage.
Also, it needs like to do DC 15 to
Not catch on fire.
yeah, unless it's totally like doesn't care about those kind of things.
Yeah, it fails and it takes half fire damage on this turn. You can roll a
Yes.
your fire
So
damage.
let me tell you how much it's gonna have. Like, so it's gonna have. Each round there is a target suffers to the 1d6 damage until it's safe. So it's
Alright.
3 damage. It takes 3 damage
one-
each round
three.
until it's safe.
Okay.
Yeah.
Um,
Patrick gonna just look. Well, it didn't do the effect that I was hoping to. That's weird. But anyway.
Charles.
Charles is, he's going to forget about finesse and just go for brute strength and try to drive the spear of law through this thing's chest. First attack is
Oof.
terrible, and the second attack is just as bad. He's just up there. It looks like he's using a broom handle. Like that's how deft he is at the attack.
Jeffica hits all 3 times. Doing 8 damage. And that makes it the monster's turn, and this thing, all of a sudden you see it like because this thing is getting stabbed and beaten by people now and surrounded. Rather than flying off, it's decided that it is not going to suffer you to live. And all this dark, swirling miasma starts to gather around you like a dark mist. And let's see, probably the best way to do this would be this. Come on. What? Darkness. It's going to cast darkness in the area. I don't think that anybody can see through darkness without true sight. Because this is magical darkness. That's pretty universal in D&D, right? So
I
let's
think
see
that'd be fair.
here.
I-
It gets a 2.
I know the dwarves.
And a 2 plus, it's got a spell check of 8, which brings it to a 10, which makes it fail. Wow. And then I think it's just getting beaten down. It's trying to call on its Dark Lord, and it's unable to. So, nonetheless, it's still going to try to cast Scorching Ray. And it also sucks. And it gets an 11, which also fails. It is dying. You're about to destroy this demon. Giza's going to attack it. Trying to get another backstab, doesn't even need it, and Giza does 1 point of damage, which does not kill it. And that brings us back to Grimble.
Now, let me see if I can make up for lost time. First thing to go is going to be his left elbow.
Nice.
19 for 7 damage. I smash into the back of its elbow, and we'll see it flail around with that. Next, I will go for the right elbow.
You're saying all this in character as you're doing it, too, right?
That is fair. I think I got that too. And then, should we add insult to injury? Yes, we should.
Charles is just watching like the clinic. He's like, "Yes, please do. This is very instructive."
Yes. Shield Batch to the family jewels.
That
14?
One, yeah. Okay,
but
so...
at least it did 11 damage, and now its elbows are smashed up, so its arms are just hanging limply.
You did already describe how you killed it, so I won't ask that. You just went around like some doctor examining it, like, whoa, let's take out the elbow. You crack that. You hear a sickening, crunching crack as this thing like splits, and you can see the demonic ichor pouring out of the compound fracture of the bone, and his demonic blood pouring out of him as he howls. And then you go to another part, and you're like, how about this elbow as well? And then you snap that one open like a tree branch as well. And this thing is unable to move or fly off or flee, nor can it cast its spells anymore. And then you just go up to its groin and you smash it into it in the groin, and it howls and gurgles, and demonic blood shoots out of its mouth, and then it just starts to melt back into the immaterial world as you have banished this demon back into the darkness.
Yeah, but when Patrick noticed this, so he's gonna just look at and gonna say, "Ooh, even feel a little bit sorry for that creature,
Yeah, I mean, yeah, Charles likewise is just sort of like, this is. Are you sure you're not chaotic with the way you go at it? I'll say, Grimble, remind me not to get on your bad side.
You shall not anytime soon. Creatures of chaos should be likewise treated as chaos, if you catch my drift.
I'm just gonna gently leave your drift over amongst the dead demon.
It doesn't indicate what level of demon it is. It's its own thing, I guess. All right. What do you do now?
Unless another ghost. Sorry, you go first.
No, go ahead. Well, no, Charles was just gonna look over the side of the bridge to see if he could see any remains of the skeletons. Just sort of like, it's not good.
Yeah, they're gone.
Do we still have enough to carry the coffin?
The coffin weighs 140 pounds. One person could carry it encumbered, and 2 people could carry it unencumbered.
Can the snake just drag it or something like that?
I was thinking of creating a harness of some kind and lashing it to the snakes. Charles is disinclined to. He's like, he kind of holds up his hands. He's like, I'm not really gonna carry it. That's how it is.
If all else fails, Grimble can just carry the coffin on his back.
We can tie that coffin to the snakes, and they can carry it.
Jessica sighs, and she just picks up the coffin and carries it.
Oh, that's a strong woman for sure.
The coffin's like, I can sense that you have banished a great evil. It has been here for a long time. The world is lighter, but I can also sense the coming of my ancient foe, Phalon.
Phalon's not long for this world.
And Patrick is gonna look at the door. I also can sense that there's gonna be some kind of tricky puzzle to open the door. Can you help with that?
Perhaps I can, if you could describe it to me. But you should know, Grimble. You speak with such eagerness for violence, but Phalon was a good man before he was turned by Molon. He was a servant of law, and terrible things happened to him. It doesn't justify the awful things that he's done, but he is still a person. And
is there any way to get him out of his evil stupor?
I think not. I think his soul is now thoroughly damned.
In that case, then we shall do the only proper thing and
Cut a deal
put
with
him
him?
out of his misery.
Hire on? Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, that's right. I got confused.
Everybody looks at Charles aghast. All right. If you approach this giant door, this grand entrance and beyond the ancient bridge, there's a 30-foot deep ledge that lies perpendicular to the sheer rock face. Set into this rocky cliff at the far side of the ledge is a great stone archway, sealed by an imposing, massive stone door. Blue bolts of lightning ripple silently across the door's face. There's no doubt that there are magical seals that protect the door. In the center of the door are 3 circular dials, set one inside of the next. Each dial bears several different symbols, no 2 of which repeat. And it looks like this.
Well, yeah. And Patrick is gonna just look at it. Wow. Does he like, you know, like, but he cannot read magical alphabet, so like that's not a thing to my.
I can also read stonework, so I'd be able to feel where the was it tumblers in the safe are?
Yeah, it's obviously has some magical quality to it, but I'll say that Grimble, if you offer that and hold to listen to the stone and hear the song of the stone at the same time as Patrick studies it, Patrick, you can attempt an intelligence check at a D24. You will need to beat.
No.
Let me give you your target number. Do you have Dispel Magic?
Nope.
Okay. You recognize one of the symbols, but otherwise I'll say that you have to beat a 20. This thing is ancient.
Is there I'm sorry, go ahead, Ross. I didn't mean to interrupt you.
Yeah.
Okay, so
I was gonna
24.
ask, is there anything about the... Well, I was just going to suggest, just in case there's any other advantages we can accrue, is there anything about the symbols that remind us of the steering wheel on the long ship? Is there any similarity between the two? Any connections we can make, I guess?
Absolutely. However, there's a problem, I think. I don't think anyone left alive ever used the steering on the ship.
No, agreed. But I was thinking maybe... Don't know.
I was actually steering it. No.
Patrick was? I thought that only the 2 clerics did.
No, I think that's last time Patrick.
And Rufus did it, so he's been dead for a long time.
Oh, right. Okay, fine.
No, what I'm saying is it wouldn't have been Ed Rufus because he did it in the beginning.
So Patrick at one point did steer the ship?
I think so. I mean,
okay. In that case,
maybe it was the crash landing into the Bollywood.
In that case, you can do an intelligence check at a D30, and you recognize 2 of the symbols.
Okay, so it's D30 plus 4 because I have from the magic ring plus 2 to intelligence. Well, I don't have any luck. If something, yeah, I have 4 luck. So.
Oh. I'll say only Patrick could do this. Ooh. Is that a D28 or is that a 28 result? Yeah, 32.
Oh yeah. Oh, that's 32.
Yeah. It is fortunate that you have someone here with an arcane mind and someone who touched the power of the arcane wheel. You learn several things. First of all, you're certain that this is the command panel, the mechanisms that would interface with the arcane wheel when the time comes if you should ever seize it, and can replace it on your ship. So that's pretty handy. Second of all, these symbols represent celestial powers. You recognize the symbol for the moon, which you can tell in the waning afternoon sky is beginning to come overhead. It looks like at some point it will actually be overhead. Then you recognize the symbol for the earth. And then a last symbol that you only recognize because you don't know what it is. You expect that it must have some local meaning to it.
Well, should I push it? Can I push it? Or is it like I need to turn it somehow?
If you're asking
it's pushing
Charles,
it. I'm gonna push that unknown one.
No,
Right.
he says push it real good. Go ahead.
You press the unknown symbol, and the mechanism like lights up and activates with a humming noise, and then it loosens as if it could be turned.
Now what? Like we can turn it. Yeah.
Patrick, this is your show. You have the spotlight. There's nothing I can do as a humble, corrupt, petty tax collector. I have nothing to help you.
Well, you can also use your mind, like logic and stuff. So let's put the Earth and Moon like in a proper align them.
Okay, you turn. Where do you turn it?
Where is
You press and it goes lights up, and you're looking back at everybody like.
Heck, I'm impressed. I'm like, yeah, I have no clue what's going on.
There is this one probably. I'm not sure. It's some kind of. Just somehow align them.
The three
I
symbols
don't know.
that you recognize are the Earth, this unknown one, and then there's the Moon.
Well, I'm gonna turn the left to the right, the Moon, to here, like here.
All right. You do that. You press it, it lights up, and you go.
No, not
you turn it to the right.
counterclockwise.
And let's see. The snake needs to make a DC 32 will save. It fails miserably. It takes D8 damage, 7 damage, and it also is thrown back 33 feet. And then if it is anywhere within a 180 degree arc, it will be thrown off the bridge because it's 30 feet. It gets thrown against the right wall, slams against the wall, taking another 6 damage.
And so, was it a shock wave that came out of the
it's just like electrical.
Okay. The
Energy.
blue electric that had been going around it and whatnot.
Yeah, it coalesces and then shoots out and hits one of the snakes. Okay.
So, Charles is going to quickly open his pack and throw a bit of rope, like, kind of lit, as if we were, belaying, like all on the same line going up a mountain, like that idea, like at least let's do something here. So
so you connect everybody with a rope so that they can't fly off the bridge. Yeah. That's a clever idea. All right, yeah. So you know the 3 symbols, but they need to be aligned in a certain order and direction.
And
notice that
Charles will just
the direction of the energy shot out in the direction that you aligned it.
That's good to know. Charles will say, Patrick, take another shot.
That's funny. Yeah, take another shot. Can I align it towards like a gate?
Towards
I don't know.
What gate?
I mean, how is it like towards? How did it shoot like the snake? I mean.
Yeah, so the snake was over here somewhere, and it shot. Well, why is it not letting me? There we go. The snake was over here somewhere, and it shot out like it behind you and to the right, and so it seems to be as if this is like if it were a 2D plane, and then it shot out this way and shot the snake against the wall.
We best get the right combination, or we're gonna start getting shocked soon.
I don't know. I'm not very good with puzzles. I'm pretty shit at that. Yeah. Okay. So can I, like, so it's like on a door, yeah, that thing.
Mm-hmm.
So I aligned it like with the. I turned it not counterclockwise. I turned it clockwise actually.
Okay.
And it's I just put it like where the Earth and the Moon was, like so the Earth was always at the same, yeah, and I put it like onto it was just staying on the same space, and I just turned the Moon thing. That's it.
So you line them up this way.
Yeah, I did. That's what I did.
All right. Let's see. Another snake is going to make another will save.
No. I didn't say that I'm going to do it now. I just told what I did before. That's what I did.
I'm sorry. I thought you said you lined up this with what... Okay, go ahead. I'm sorry. I misunderstood.
That's what I did, yes.
Yeah, so this one, what I have currently is that this one is lined up over here.
Yes.
Okay, yep.
So are you thinking lining up either going directly to 6 o'clock or going directly to 12 o'clock?
I'm thinking like 12 o'clock.
Give it a shot. I'd say it's either that or 6, but give it a shot. The only thing I'll say this is, though, Patrick, if you look at the facade, like the bods,
yeah,
maybe it's 6 o'clock.
Yeah, 6 o'clock. Better 6 o'clock. I lined them on the 6 o'clock, I think, all of them.
Okay, so you line them up facing 6 o'clock, like this way.
Yes.
Okay. Let me look at who's standing there.
Jesus Christ.
Well, we didn't move our tokens, but Ted's in the line of fire there.
Yeah, no, yeah, for sure I am.
All right, make a will save. You have to beat a 32.
Oh,
let me get that for you right now. Oh yeah, +1. Oh, and I rolled a 1. That's so good.
Sorry, Ted.
You you get thrown in against the rope, but it holds you, and you take 3 points of damage. You're shocked and thrown backwards.
Right.
Now you notice that.
Thank God it didn't cut me in half. Like if it was strong enough. But
yeah, you notice that when this energy shoots out from the symbol, it shoots directly your all's direction, like directly down facing the bridge.
Charles will, he'll get himself, he'll kind of push himself up and dust himself off, and he'll say, "Hey, Patrick, maybe it was really 12 o'clock." Sort of point at the phrase of it.
Yeah, maybe it was, but just in case, maybe try to be on the sides, just go away from this thing, just in case. Let's try 12 o'clock. Everybody, hide behind something. I don't know, like put the snakes, hide behind the snake or that coffin. I'm pretty sure that coffin should be sturdy enough. in the coffin maybe, and just hide behind him. I mean, if it's gonna even break the coffin, that's good. We can open then.
Let rip, go.
Yeah, 12 o'clock.
Okay, so you line them up facing this way.
Yeah.
You press the symbols where they are, and you can start to turn them. And then you turn it to 12 o'clock. It goes, it lights up. Click another one. 12 o'clock, and this energy's building up whenever you do these things, right? And then you turn the center one and place it in the 12 o'clock position, and then the whole door just goes, and this thing disappears and the door slides. The loud,
well done,
sliding
well done.
noise.
Your arcane knowledge is without parallel. Excellent.
Sure. Yes.
I guess I.
Yeah, sure. That was, my mastery. Yes. I'm pretty sure I'm just that smart. Yeah.
All right. So let's see here. Oof. I'll describe what you see in here. Oops, I can't see the stinking. All right, let's see here. After this happens, the lightning dissipates, the door groans open, and you can see a long tunnel leading down into. It just seems to go on for a long ways. You can beyond the edge of your light. And since we're almost here, I'm gonna switch just to. Let's see. What do you do?
Oof, well,
I say, Gizak, how about you go and check for just traps or something like that? Or maybe someone else wants to go first. I don't know. It's better be careful. Yeah, we're gonna come Patrick is gonna probably, come closer, stay here, and then just take a good look at what's here.
You can't see this stuff. I'm sorry to clarify. It might be better if I just kind of put this back on for a second. It just is like a corridor that goes on forever. It goes on past your light.
We're gonna light up our lanterns and whatever who has something, or candelabra. I have that that I stole.
Nice. Okay. As you continue down this corridor, you find that it takes minutes, a fraction of an hour. It has to be at least a fraction of a mile long, 20-foot wide tunnel, until finally you come to a room that appears from the threshold. You can see a great valve. And I'll describe it. It says, this large chamber stands beneath a 30-foot high ceiling held aloft by columns carved from the surrounding mountain rock. Grimble, this is one of the finest, most finely made stone structures you've ever seen in your life. Even your people would struggle to make something so well done.
Well, he's not going to admit that, but he will say, for creatures of chaos, their stonemanship was incredible.
The middle of the room holds a 20-foot diameter table crafted from black stone. A number of dull crystalline specks are set into the table's surface in seemingly random patterns. In each of the room's four walls stands an open archway leading into darkness beyond. A thick blanket of dust covers the table, and the floor of the room has a horrendous odor that fills the air. You almost gag at the stench of rotting waste and decay.
Never mind.
That's the chaos part, no doubt. We've kind of run across that.
Can I try to detect the magic? Is it anywhere Yeah, I want to try to check for the magic properties of that, whole room. What's emanating the magic? Like maybe the table for sure, probably. Maybe even the floor even emanating the magic. You never know.
Go ahead and roll for detect magic. And I also got to take a bio break, and I'll be right back. Okay.
Sure.
Take your time.
Oh, that's nice. That's 19 in total. Did we kill one snake or not? I'm not sure.
I know 2 of them got damaged, but I think they're both up. You'd have to double check with them.
I thought one got thrown off the side. I could be wrong.
I think the rope caught someone, but I think it was the person who rolled a 1.
Oh yeah, that was Charles for sure. I did not put a rope around the snakes, or at least I didn't intend to. In fact, I think I didn't break out the rope until after the snake had gotten blown back.
I mean, to be fair, they're kind of creepy, I don't like snakes.
Yeah, I mean they don't really have a torso. It's kind of hard to We leave that to Jessica.
Yeah, they have a face of the Jessica. They're very creepy. They're useful, but they're creepy as hell.
Okay, I'm back. Sorry.
Okay, so in total I have. Oh wait, I have like more because I have to like caster level. Yeah, so in total, so it's 19 plus 5, 24. So for the 24, I get... Wizard can determine exactly which objects or creatures are magically enhanced within the range. In addition, the spell reveals creatures of non-mortal origin and stuff like that.
What is the range? It's okay. I don't need the description of it.
30 or more. 30 or more.
30. So or more? No. What's the range?
Yeah, that's what it's like. Huh?
Is there a range listed for the spell at the top, or what's the maximum range of the spell?
That's what it says. 30 or more.
I think it's as far away as it needs to be, or if it's in the same room it counts, or I mean, just eyeball it.
I can give you like a picture if you want to.
No, it's okay. That's fine.
That's what it says, like 30 or more. You have to interpret it however you want. I'm not sure.
Alrighty, no problem. Let's see here. You do sense something. There is something in that room. Something that is magical and evil. There's also something in that room that is of a divination, like a magic. It's a magical item that could be used to understand and learn things. You also, let's see.
Oh, sorry. It did say the range. It's 120 in total.
There is nothing inherently magical, at least not right now, about this device. It doesn't seem to be active.
Sorry, it did say the range. It's 120.
Okay.
So.
Yeah. So
here is like
it's okay. I do not want to read. I don't want to. It's okay. But that's what you get. I don't always go by what the book says. Like, so you just got it. Like you don't have to worry about like the specific, like how far and what, and you got it all. We don't have to go by what the book says. But anyways, this room obviously has something that's magical and evil. It also has some sort of magical item that is of the type of magic that could help you scry or divine information. There's nothing inherently magical about anything else in the room, including this object.
Yeah, and Patrick can say, yeah, when he's gonna, cast the magic, he's gonna say to himself, like, mutter the words that needed, like, and I can feel if you go straight, there's some kind of evil magical entity probably there. But it's probably guards some kind of artifact that will help us to navigate this, I don't know what it is, a tomb or something like that. So it might be dangerous, but if we defeat it, we might as well have a very good artifact that's going to help us to navigate this place.
So Charles will ask Patrick, so you're not necessarily thinking it's that table, although it seems to dominate the room?
No, not the table. What is behind the table.
Charles will move into the room.
Okay.
Carefully. He's not like, running or whatever. And walk right up to the table. And you said that there was something either inset into it or there was something on the surface, basically. So he'll take that in from a closer vantage point.
There's a black domed table here, and then in no discernible pattern are all sorts of white stones set all along the black. You can see that these white stones are placed intentionally in their position. And they are moonstones. They probably would be valuable. It would take a long time to try to pry them all loose, but they're worth about 5 gold pieces each.
He's not going to work at that. That's a little... is there any... You said it's... So they're put in, they're inset, obviously with some design, but the design doesn't, like, it's not like it appears to him. It doesn't look like a constellation or a star map or anything that, that would sort of spark that type of thought.
It does look like a star map.
Okay. He'll call the others over. I mean, his memory is good, but not photographic, and ask if this means anything to anybody else.
You call the others over?
Yeah, for sure. He can't solve this on his own.
Yeah, but Patrick is gonna come like, well, let's
make it look like a star map. What do you guys think?
Yeah.
When you do that, you hear growling and scuffling, and the smell grows louder.
He'll look to Grimble and say, I thought you just ate. Are you all right? Are you feeling something?
I'm very much all right. There's more black lambs for the slaughter.
Patrick is gonna say, prepare for battle. I think that creature that I told you, just straight behind the table. You see that arc? There is something evil there, so it's coming. Prepare for battle.
Patrick will, if he has time, will jump up on top of the table.
Okay. This creature claws its way out of that alcove. It smells horrible. You feel like you're almost about to throw up. And you can roll for initiative.
By the way, I can, like, my magic spell allows me to determine if it's a demon, devil, celestial, or that, and so on.
This is some sort of mutated monster, but it is not a demon, devil, dragon, or undead.
Oh, that means fire probably works on him. Hopefully.
Whatever it is, it's gonna go right back to the stinking hole it came from.
All right. What about Patch? Let's see. I got Charles.
Yes.
I see you got a 15.
Just let me roll and see.
I see that.
Oh, I
Tanner,
have 13.
You got a 17.
18.
18. Okay.
+1 for initiative.
Grimble got an 18. And then I see Patrick, you got a 13. And I will let everybody, all the other people go first, too. So, everyone else. So, he will not get a backstab, but he's able to jump forward and act quickly to attack Giza, that is. And he fumbles. And it's just a D4. He's got light armor.
Page 80.
4. It's a 1, so that works out well. He misses wildly, but doesn't cause any other further damage. The 3 snakes and
he's a laughingstock, so that's gotta hurt a little.
And Jeffica, and she hits twice, doing 11 damage. However, I think, 11 damage. So. And there are 2 of these things, and they claw themselves out of the alcove. That brings us to its turn. It's going to attack one of the snakes. It has 3 action dice.
Oh my.
We're in the big leagues. It actually fumbles. I'm going to say that it fumbles as if it has big armor on. And then I'll use the monster. Well, the fumble chart's the same. I'll just add something to it because I don't want to type that up. That's boring. 11 plus 1 is 12. That's pretty bad. So a 12 inadvertently swings and hits an ally within range instead. So this attack actually succeeds against his ally, doing plus 8, 2d6 plus 4. 2d6 plus 4 is 12 damage to his ally. As Giza comes in, and the snakes and stuff, and the rolls underneath, they start to hit it, and this thing sweeps and then just ends up clawing a big gouge in the side of its ally. This putrid, nasty stuff pours out of it.
Charles is going to yell to everyone, I think that one's on our side. Attack the one that's been injured.
The other one's going to attack the snake and does way better. And does 46 plus 8 damage.
Ooh.
17 plus 8. That takes out a snake. And
We're snaky.
Yeah, it was already hurt. So it's done. And then you have 1 snake left. And that makes it... what in the world did I write there? What in the world does that say?
Try sounding it out.
I think it's Grimble. It's just really weird. Okay, Grimble.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, it is a bit of a weird name.
No,
right.
I never mind. I'll tell you later.
Okay.
Go ahead.
So Grimble, being the little hothead he is, and wanting to smash a creature of chaos up, is gonna march on over to the thing, and he's gonna do the following mighty deeds. He's going to shield bash by... Okay, this is weird. He's going to take his warhammer and his shield, put it against the thing's head, and smash it with the hilt of the hammer.
As if it's like a chisel and just like...
Yeah, so like it rattles him, so he's less accurate from the head. He's then going to use his hammer to stomp on each fist, so it's harder for it to move around or attack things.
Okay.
Alright, let's go by one. Ding! 28 for 2.
Well, that hits.
Alright, we're gonna say I'll give a -2 penalty to attack to it. Ping! And now the first fist.
Whoa.
That is a critical hit.
Alright.
So that is... Where's my critical hit table? Oh, it's just on my character sheet.
Is this the same one or the second one? Same one, right?
This is going down on one of his hands, so the critical hit chart would be 1d20 on crit table 4. But yes, all these attacks are for the big critter right there coming out of the hole. So we're going to roll a d20 for... Alright, he rolled a 5 on that table.
Alright, what's it say?
Sorry, one sec. It's actually a foot away from the range of my microphone. I'll bear it back.
Oh, that's okay. I got it. If you, I mean, just throw the. There we go. And you are a level 5 dwarf.
And I am back. Let's get this show on the road.
Page 85.
You do another D12 damage, and his weapon. This is basically what happens. Also, did your deed go off?
I think both of those deeds went off because they hit so high.
No, the deed die itself has to hit at the top of its range.
Here we go. The D7 was 5 plus for 12.
Yeah, you're good.
And then the...
You got a 6 on your deed die. It's the 1d7, so yeah.
Okay, so both of them went off at least, because I think 6 or 5 is like the maximum for mighty deeds.
Okay, this lines up with that. So you can do another D12 damage on top of that, and make another attack, and you get your deed die. Right. So I'm gonna affect it. It's gonna lose its next turn because that's just silly at this point.
All right, I'll just do the. All right, so 1d12 worth of damage plus strength, right?
Yep.
All right.
Plus, yeah.
That's 4 damage, and then another attack with the warhammer. Yes, at d20.
Yep. And then before you did 8 damage, right? So.
Yep. So we were at 4, 8, 12. So 16 damage so far. We're gonna roll another one of these.
Okay.
I think that's a fumble.
It misses. It'll only be a fumble at a nat 1, so no, it's not a fumble.
The d20 will... Oh,
you rolled a 5 on the d20.
Oh, thank the stars. Alright, so that is a
miss.
Alright, but it still takes 16 points of damage altogether. Its left hand is completely crushed, and its head is ringing, and its vision's probably blurry from that ping.
Alright, I'm going to take its turn away, and that brings us to Charles.
Again, Charles is just watching this clinic. He just runs up with the spear. He's like, I'm going to keep it simple, old school, spear of law, left corner pocket. And that's going to make it. So he hits. Yeah.
Is that within your crit range now at level 5? And 18? Or does it stay 19 and 20?
It stays 19,
okay.
But he definitely gets the mighty deed. So we'll say I've been kind of going with the blind attack. Actually,
is this the one that Grimble attacked? Or the other one?
Yeah, 100%. He does 17 points of damage.
Describe how you
don't know if that's enough to take it all.
Yep.
Oh. Yeah, I mean, yeah, he'll punch it right through its left eye, right out the back of its head, basically, and then pull the spear back and make himself ready to take the attack from the next creature.
All right. That's Patrick's turn then.
Yeah, Patrick's gonna say, well, how about my specialty again? And I'm gonna, you horrible creature, eat some fire, you motherfucker. So, okay, anyway, yeah, that's plus 2, so it's 19, so it's 20. 24 in total, and
nice.
That is 24. Yeah, it's gonna be the same. It's gonna be wait, no, sorry. Just give me a second. Wrong one. Wrong spell. I have lots of them. Yeah, so it's 24. I cast free rays at the same target or different target. Each ray does 1d12 damage plus caster level, and it also needs to do reflex. So I'm casting 3d12 plus 15. Yeah, I guess. I guess it's gonna be like a roasted mutant.
Form a mutant.
Alright, describe how you kill it.
Well, I gotta just, eat some fire, you horrible mutant, and it's gonna just, the fire is gonna just make like a hole, like, no, it's gonna explode it, and then like all sorts of fire, it's gonna fry, like, and maybe like fly away, it's like that. It's gonna just explode it.
Okay, it explodes all over the chamber. You're covered in roasted barbecued troll bits, all of you, and they flop against the floor, still sizzling. If anyone is interested in roasted troll,
let me see.
Yeah, Patrick gonna say like, anyone wants to like fried mutant stuff?
Grimble will take a bite out of it.
Charles is gonna
make a
Charles
cons will save actually.
All right.
Charles is like scraping it off his shoulder,
save.
but he'll pop one in his mouth anyway when no one's looking.
Okay, you can make a fortitude save as well. It's a terrible idea.
Well, you can kibosh that if you really want, adding +4.
I got an 18. 18?
I got 7 + 4, so 11. Should I burn 4 luck points to stomach this?
I'm just gonna say it makes you fall to the ground retching, so you get
That is
the
fair.
embarrassment of it. But Charles weirdly looks at you like, and I mean, he's kind of a bit of a weirdo, and he actually kind of likes it a little bit.
Grimble, after he's done...
kind of, and in fact, you notice he's got like a, it's, he's sort of got it between the cheek and gum.
Once Grimble is done vomiting his guts out, he'll get back up, try and clean off his beard as best he can, and say, "It could use a little salt."
Okay, their lair is now vacant. You can see bronze hooks hanging inside of this alcove beyond an arched entry. There was a curtain here or other barrier, but it's long gone. That used to separate an area from a main chamber about 15 feet wide and 30 feet deep in an oval room. You can't see what's in it from where you are. You also have... there's also an archway over here with a path leading down into the dark, and then an archway over here, and then the way you came.
Patrick is gonna look at Grimble. I was actually joking. Why would you eat that putrid thing? It's a horrible abomination. Why would you put it in your mouth?
Thought it was properly cooked.
Well, it's what...
He'll spit a bit of troll, chew onto the top of the table, and look again and poke around in their lair, I guess. Looking around. I'm sure there's bits of bone and nastiness.
There is the repulsive remains of some kind of catamount that its rotten insides have been tore open and they were snacking on it. This whole place smells absolutely horrible. It's even worse now that it's tinged with flame. Inside of the room, you can see fragments of dry, rotted wood that suggest decayed and ruined furniture from a time long ago. There's rotting animal hides beyond the catamount and bones that litter the floor beside mounds of black excrement where they have crapped in here. There are complex geometric patterns drawn in flaking ochre that adorn the walls of this room. It's so pungent and thick and fetid that all of you can't help but tears come to your eyes. Among the debris in this place is a verdigris-covered bronze astrolabe with extremely advanced construction. Out of character, you would know this to be some sort of technology. But in character, it's just incredibly intricate and complex.
Well, I told you there's supposed to be something like that could help us divine, or like some kind of has some kind of divining properties. I told you that, so that's probably the thing there. Let me take a look at it. And Patrick is gonna just come and gonna take it into his trembling hands and just gonna very intensely look at it and try to figure it out what it is.
Out of character, in a bit of a ruined Earth DCC space fantasy-ness. Your character doesn't know this, but this is a piece of extremely advanced technology, almost like a tricorder, but intricate and like an astrolabe that you can press buttons on, like the door outside. Right. And Patrick, when you look at this, though, based on the door and the thing inside the room, you're confident that this is a star. You know that magic is in the stars, and so you can, Patrick, you can connect with that magical power better by using the symbols that you learn from the wheels, both on your ship and outside. So this device, when you use it, probably like a tricorder, but like from Patrick's point of view, like an arcane focus, that you have. Patrick, you can gain +2 to spell checks and to patron bond whenever you use it, on top of all your other bonuses. And you can also use it to decipher what's on this table.
Oh, nice. That's very nifty thing here, and he's gonna be just looking at it. I think that can be very, very, very useful. Listen, let's see. I think he can tell us, what's going on that table. He's gonna take that thing and he's with the trembling hands and gonna hold it near the face and gonna go to the table and just gonna point it on the table and try to find out what does it say.
Yeah, if you press the symbols, again, out of character, this is almost like an advanced holographic computer kind of thing, like Star Trek, but you can, you press these symbols, and you can tell from that these are constellations, and I'll tell you what it tells you, what's on the, this is, the moonstones depict constellations in the night sky above the Shudder Mountains, but using the device, you're able to tell that these stellar arrangements have not actually been in these constellations' current position in at least a millennia. You can tell, however, that they do indicate like an alignment of constellations, and using the device, you can also determine that by this evening they'll also be in alignment in a matter of hours. You can also tell your current position in the stars and use this information to navigate if you ever had the ship back.
This is, and he's looked at, this is amazing artifact. You know what it says? It says that this evening, those constellations, by the way, Charles, you were right. Good guess, by the way. So, and they're gonna align this evening. And wait. Just hey, can we get to the Coffin Man? Where's the Coffin Man?
We left him like a half a mile back, down the hallway.
No, he was with Jessica.
No, I'm kidding. Grimble volunteered to carry it if he had to. I'm just joking.
I'm willing to carry it over my shoulder. I'm curious to see what mighty deeds of arms I could use with it.
Nice. That's pretty good, actually. Yeah, we can look into that. Jessica dumped it at the archway during the battle, and so he's like, "I'm still here. I can sense that we're getting closer. There's a confluence where Phelan will be coming soon. We must find the wheel before time runs out."
Has he mentioned the wheel before, or is that like a new addition?
No, he's talked about it. He
okay, I just want to make sure, like slipping something new and like, hey, wait a second, what's that?
Yeah.
Okay.
No, Phelan. He's said that Phelan intends to use the wheel as a means of ascending back into being a Chaos Lord.
Well, we can see this table, and it says that and shows constellations, and that the constellations are gonna align today in the evening. Is it the thing that we are kind of looking for? Tell us, Coffin Man.
Yes, I can sense that somewhere Somewhere close by. We're close to the wheel. Yes.
Grimble will hoist the coffin onto his shoulder, and, alright, which way, old-timer?
I can't see.
Can you feel?
Yes, I can.
Then guide the way.
I can't see and I can't point, you imbecile.
Well, then use your words like a fucking adult.
I'm sorry. I get cranky these past centuries. Stuck in.
I understand. I lost a few brain cells a few days ago. You know, we all have those
control.
I mean, is it cold or hot? Just tell us when we're approaching. Just tell us it is hot, and when we are going some other way, just tell it's hot.
Move me closer to. Move me, and you have two other archways that you haven't been in.
Yeah. Well, let's go like to one place or another. Like here, for example, what he says.
You go through the left one or the right one?
This one, yeah. So. Oh,
okay.
It's
All right. So you all start carrying the coffin that way, and there's a dark staircase that leads down. As you get to the staircase,
but wait, does he say hot or cold? Like that's what the idea was.
Yeah, as you get to the archway and you get closer to the staircase and look down into the dark, he says, "I can feel we're getting closer."
Good, and just let's proceed. Let's be careful.
All right. Let's see here. This dark staircase descends down into the earth for a long ways into the darkness until it probably takes you a good 2 hours or so before you can even get there. Let me see if I can pan this. There we go. Whoa. And then you see that deep down in this ravine, let me actually describe it and bring it up. Let's see here. The steep, winding staircase leads hundreds of feet into the dusty chamber below. The climb corkscrews. The smell of fresh air finally becomes discernible after some time. Almost unexpectedly, the stairs end at a small landing with an open archway leading outside into the mountains. Beyond the arch is a vast circular bowl, surrounded by jagged mountains on all sides. The circular floor of the bowl has been planed smooth, whether by hands of man or the seemingly endless mountain winds unknown. Myriad symbols fashioned from glittering stones decorate the bottom of the depression, and a great tall spire of black granite bears gleaming white veins of minerals, stands in the center of the open-air theater dedicated to the heavens. Some device sits at its pinnacle. And you can tell that every one of the glittering stones are some type of valuable gem. The granite obelisk is about 20 feet high at the center of this great wheel. Eldritch symbols fashioned from the gems are at the spire's base. And it has been the hours of time just trying to get down the staircase. And your companion in the coffin says, let me move your token in here. Your companion in the coffin says, "I can feel it. I can feel him coming." And let's see here. all my things that I need. I think we need it to be darker. This will take me just a second to do. Let's describe it here. As evening begins to fall, it looks as if, as the sun is dropping below the horizon, a black gash writhing with green flames appears in the edge of existence, 20 feet away from the Will's obelisk. And a tear in reality opens, allowing several figures to emerge.
Perhaps friends.
At this point, it probably looks more like this.
And a monk.
A muscular man with strange symbols and odd armor that looks like interlacing pieces of metal. You know that you're out of character. The player, you would know that this is like sci-fi powered armor kind of stuff. But there's these like geometric interlocking pieces of armor in different parts on him. And
Gotcha.
he steps out. Let's see here. Energy crackles around Phalon. He says to you all, you even now try to stop me. You're dead. In a coffin. I've sealed you there. There is nothing that you can do to stop the inevitable march of entropy. Zagoon, you are powerless and weak. And these mortal flesh are nothing but village peasants, toys of greater lords. Even they are helpless to stop what must happen. What do you say?
Oh, Patrick is gonna say, well, you know, everyone has their own opinion about that. You know that.
In my opinion, is that those are strong words coming from the face of a pretty boy.
And Charles is going to say he's out of line, but he's not wrong. Actually, you know, he kind of nods along, like, yeah, you know, Phalon's got some good points. You know, just sort of, you're right, kind of village idiots. Yeah, that's true.
Your words mean nothing. Croaking, desperate whispers of maggots.
But I agreed with you. So you're saying then, if my words mean nothing, and I agreed with, you know, he's trying to like get him engaged in a conversation, you know. But I get it. He's way above us.
He says to his companions, which appear to be you see what looks like a robed figure who looks terribly afflicted by some sort of disease, and then four different malevolent entities are here. Maybe this is actually that's what I need. And I also need.
So Charles is like looking at his companions and sort of like, are we really gonna do this? Like, I'm feeling a little queasy here, guys. Maybe it's the troll that I've been chewing on for the last 2 hours. But
Is it even a question that we're gonna do this?
Yeah, I just asked the question, so it's a question.
Zagoon cries out and says, "For justice, for law, for the good of all, we end this now." And energy starts to actually crackle from the coffin. And then what you see is he nods toward these beings. I was trying to find what they look like, but these. Oh, here we go. They resemble rotting man-sized hyenas with gore-streaked butterfly wings. And he nods toward them and the robed figure. They start to advance towards you. Meanwhile, he starts to walk toward the obelisk as energy starts to coalesce around the coffin. And that's where we'll end the session for today.